All right. So this is Living the Dream Podcast. I'm Sam.
I'm Josh.
And today we're going to go down the road of talking about friendship. And, you know, it may seem like kind of a cheesy, like, goofy topic for the Blue Collar Podcast, but I think it's kind of an important topic, too, to talk about in the Blue Collar, because let's face it, guys, we spend more time with our coworkers than we do with our own damn family, and it's, you know, that's where you end up. I had to lower down. I felt like you were like Peterbilt driving on me.
If I was Peterbilt driving, I'd be on the floor, son.
And you'd just see his act. That's all you'd see.
Fucking A right. You don't want to see my ugly mug. Anyway, but so what you just said there about this kind of maybe being goofy to you guys or whatever kind of brings something up that I wanted to mention.
Okay.
This isn't just this podcast episode. There's several we've talked about. They may have all kind of somewhat related to being blue collar, but there's a lot of them I feel like there was a lot of rabbit holes, you know, kind of went away from the blue collar.
Right.
So take this if you're a listener, and if you're still listening at this point, then you're obviously interested. You like what we're doing, but
we're almost a year in.
Yeah, well, it's weird, but
the podcast is almost a year old. This will be 47. So anyway, so basically, what I just wanted to say was, we're blue collar, but basically everything we talk about is relatable to you guys, whether it's about work or life in general or friends or family or whatever. It's a relatable thing. We all have something in common. We're the same class people, you know. We're not above anybody, below anybody. We're just regular people. Yeah. Well, I mean, and it's all struggles. It's all things that you know, I'm sure all of us or some of us or most of us have encountered at some point in our careers and lives. Or will. Yeah, it's true. But, so what kind of sparked this was, and I've mentioned this podcast before, it's No Dumb Questions. It's Destin Sadlin and Matt Whitman, and they're two friends that I don't even remember how they met, but they're almost polar opposites. You've got a very sciencey guy and a very humanities guy.
So I'm
both nerdy level, but
kind of dumb here. Fuck, I can't even think of the word I'm trying to say now. Humanity, like kind of.
Okay. Break down what humanity is. Okay, so it's like
total brain fart.
It's social interactions. It's stuff like, and if you guys are hearing the beep in the background, I'm sorry, but we're nice and comfortable in here, and it's big thanks to that little heater that's just up here out of camera, and so. Just bear with us here because it was necessary.
It's good though. You can't, or at least in the headphones, you can't hear the fan.
No, it's really not. It's really not that noticeable. It's not even really showing up much on the mixer.
Oh, and even the beep, I didn't hardly hear it through these. I just sat next to it, heard it.
Right. But so your humanities is like, you know, like Bible studies, history, psychology, stuff like that aspect of it. And then, you know, Destin is the science guy. He's physics, astrophysics, just engineering.
I barely passed physical science in high school.
the guy's intelligence and knowledge level is just above all. Not above all, but he's incredibly intelligent. They're two incredibly intelligent individuals, and they have a really good, wholesome podcast. And if you guys want to listen to it, I'll leave a link down below. I'll 100% support those guys. They probably don't even know that we're on the map, or probably wouldn't recommend us, to be honest with you. But that being said, they're a big inspiration to me. And the podcast that they had here recently, it was their 197 was their podcast, and it was How to Get Friends is what it was.
Don't be like us.
Well, that was what it was titled, and
I've never listened to it, but from what he's telling me, I like the guys already just because they're, you know, as far as knowledge and everything, they're way up here, but they're humble and they're, you know.
Well, and this is a long distance friendship as well, because one of them lives in Colorado and the other lives in Alabama, and they still get together a couple of times a month and record a podcast. And
we're doing good if we get together once a week.
Right. So
and we're 20 minutes from each other.
We live 20 minutes apart. So, you know.
If you're driving the Duramax, the old Dodge out there makes it about 10.
I'll allow it.
He knows this bullshit.
It's still in Grandpa. It's still in the.
The bad part is, the Duramax is the one in Grandpa mode, not the second gen feed truck. It sounds cool now, though.
Mm-hmm. It certainly does. I could hear you coming down the road, even in here.
So could Coda, and he was in the middle of the driveway.
Yeah, I know. Almost lost the dog tonight because he was excited.
I'd have cried.
Fuck, everybody would
I
have.
lost my best friend.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect friendship. It would have ended. Wah, wah, wah. Oh yeah, wait, hold on. We have. I don't have to do the sound effect. We actually have it. But so they had talked about the friendship, and one of the things that Destin had brought up was, who are your 5 guys? And I was like sitting here going, I'm like, damn.
I could call 2, maybe 3 tomorrow, and be all right. Maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know that I have 5 people. I don't have enough to carry a casket. That's for damn sure.
I better just be cremated. Put that sumbitch on casters, because we're wheeling it.
But yeah, it was who's your 5 guys, and that kind of made me think. And I was like, who are my 5 guys? Now, I will say that I can probably list 5 people that if I called them in a pinch, they would help. Now, I'm not going to say that they were like best friends or something along that lines, but I think I could list at least 5 people that I could call them right now and be like, hey, this is going on and I need your help. And they'd be here.
Those 2 or 3 I wouldn't even consider them just friends. They're family at this point.
Right. Well, and then I've got a couple of people too that there's just without a doubt that I know I can count on, without fail. I call them and they'll help, and that's nice to have, and it's really hard to find. And there's a lot of friendships that come and go throughout your life, and I used to think that was
I've had some of those too.
I used to think that was a bad thing, that that I had these people that were coming into my life and going away, and coming into my life and going away. And then the older I've gotten, the more I've started to realize is that those friends were there for that season. And this goes back to the whole biblical aspect of it, and it's you.
Well, it's like the Tyler Perry. He's got a skit where it's not necessarily friends, but he's talking about people come into your life and some go, like leaves on a tree. Some are there for a season. Mm-hmm. Like then you get those roots, that you have to listen to it. But Tyler Perry, and
okay.
I think he does it 2 different ways. He does it as an actual Tyler Perry thing, and then one of them's a Medea skit, but it's saying the same thing.
Okay.
And it's a serious, not one of the joking comedy parts of it.
Right. But yeah, no, that makes sense. Some of them are just leaves and they're there for a season, and then you have the ones that turn into roots.
Well, I think, don't quote me on this, but the kind of the way he broke it down was, okay, you've got leaves come and go. There's seasons. You say you got limbs, they're there for a little bit. There's something may get rough. They might have one break off. Right. He said, but the roots is the ones those are the ones you got to keep. Those are going to be the ones that are solid.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's a.
And like I said, do not quote me on that, but it's something along those lines.
Even if that's not right, I would say that's we'll put that in there as a Joshism, and
well, but if it is pretty close, that is not mine.
No copyrights, no infringement here, but yeah, and you have those friends that come into your life that sometimes will just show up in tumultuous times, that are there when you're in a rough spot, and then they get you out of the rough spot, and then maybe you guys kind of drift apart.
So let me kind of take that, and I'm going to say zoom out with it, because like this is a friendship, or like, I mean, obviously you're one of the three that I could call tomorrow, more than a friend, whatever.
Right.
So let's kind of zoom out. This is just my perspective as a young guy.
Okay.
And we've talked about this before. So, like, I've talked about an ex relationship on here, and obviously with you and everything. And, you know, that may not have ended well, or whatever the case may be. And at the time it ended or whatever, you know, it was tough and all that. Thought world was ending.
Yeah.
But now, here I am a year later, and I look back at it, and from the ex-father-in-law, I wouldn't have the job I'm at today if it hadn't been for that.
Right.
Would have never met the boss, the family, the people I work for today, and had the opportunities I have in building the truck, and everything we've talked about. I would not have that connection.
Yep.
I wouldn't have. Now, granted, it's my money, and we've talked about this too on the same podcast. If it hadn't been for that, you know, I would have never bought a house. I'd still be fucking off like a regular 24-year-old kid. I'd have the cool toys, which I still have some. But it wouldn't be, you know, a house and moving out. I honestly would not have been priority to me. It'd been fucking off and having fun.
Well, yeah.
So it settled me down to a point, you know, pushed me to buy a house, that kind of thing.
It sprouted a root.
And it's brought me you guys, you know, friends. So it's, even if you get in a bad place or position with a certain person, whether it's, you know, may not necessarily be a friendship, you know, and I am the world's worst I don't ever think about positives on anything. I always go straight to the negatives, and I beat myself up over it. But that's one thing this past year and a half has taught me. I'm going to say even 2 to 3 years, because that's, you know, everything happened.
Right.
You know, I met, along the way, I met people that I thought were going to be cool with in this same scenario. And you had the same people, you know, and then they teach you that. So basically what I'm getting at is, from this scenario, I've learned there's people that are, you know, they come in as a season, and that may be to teach you, it's God's way of teaching you something, and then they're gone.
Yep.
And for me, in this same scenario, I learned there's people that come along, and they're not there for you, but they're there as long as they can benefit from you.
Yeah.
You know exactly who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And this is not directed at anybody. This is just a general lesson.
Yeah, it's just a generalized
He just relates to it from the scenario.
Yep.
You know, so there's those people.
Well,
and
that's
first
moss on the tree. So we'll go back to there. So the moss is there as long as it can benefit from the tree, but as soon as the tree,
because you can't call them and need anything.
That's right.
It's just one of those. Hey, it's a connection, and this may be cool. And then you realize, oh, they don't need me anymore. They don't need my truck anymore. They don't need me to do this anymore, and I don't exist now.
Right.
You know, and then so there's that lesson, and then there's, you know, you may mature from whatever, and then you meet great friends who. Honestly, I don't know how you guys got. You got fucked too. But we met, and honestly, Sam and I weren't that close until last year, when my situation split up, and then Sam was just, I was persistent. For nobody that didn't, you know, for somebody that hardly knew me, he knew who I was. You know, we talked, whatever. But for somebody who didn't have that connection with me, well, I'm not gonna say connection, but just somebody that didn't know me that well,
right?
He was there.
Well, I knew your situation, and that was what I was basing the reach out with. I knew the situation. I knew the mental strain that situation can cause.
Okay, so that's going to lead. That's a perfect kickoff. That's my perspective of it. That's how Sam and I got together specifically. But it's, you know, it's a general. Could be a general lesson for anybody,
right?
But that's okay. So we're gonna kick this off to you now, because you understood what I was going through. So let's hear some of your lessons.
So one of the things that I've found in friendships, and I'm probably, everybody's my friend, and I don't. I
think that's something we have in general. You, me, your wife. Don't. Me and Danielle a little more than you maybe, but we don't see the bad in everybody.
Yeah. And I'll trust you until you give me a reason not to.
Yeah. So I'm kind of on. So I feel like Danielle maybe she tries to see the good in everybody, which is kind of the way I was.
Yeah.
As I'm getting older, I'm kind of on the fence of I don't.
Danielle, she's gotten a lot more skeptical with age. She has gotten more skeptical.
So that's kind of how I'm a little more. You know, I hate making enemies, but at the same time, I'll trust anybody until they give me a reason not to.
You fuck me over, you're dead.
Yeah. That's kind of where I'm at with it now.
That's where I have that divide is you've got to be pretty tight with me in order for me to be like, all right, listen, that was kind of shitty, but we can talk through this and move forward. But
I can think of one of those instances that one of these days is coming between Sam and somebody else.
But it's just one of those deals that, so with the meeting.
Sorry, I know you're storytelling.
You're fine.
Thank you.
So the deal with me meeting Josh, it was, we met in the rodeo community, and
which this is another ironic thing.
Neither one of us belong in that
just
shit.
kind of throwing it out there. This is so ironic because me and Sam, it's not even just the fact that we both were into like horse girls. It's we both grew up around horses, and we were both didn't give a fuck. We both wanted to do cars, and then we both ended up with women that wanted to rodeo, and then me and Sam were like right there, like, well,
fuck.
We got the trucks and the trailers.
Exactly. I was like, well, I get some different toys. It's still,
and we both enjoyed the fuck out of it. Don't take me wrong.
No.
So it's just Sam and I have so much, as far as kind of our situations and life lessons, we've got so much in common.
Just different stages in lives. Like Josh is coming into it at this stage, and I'm hitting it.
I'm the oldest fucking 24-year-old you'll meet, though.
It's true.
But
it's true.
As far as demeanor goes, like I just mentioned, Sam and I are on total different levels.
Oh yeah.
And I would pay money to be on Sam's level and not give a fuck. Because it sucks getting ran the fuck over and Sam has a good heart, but just the type that's just like I have it's getting easier as I'm getting older just because my patience isn't there.
It does,
but it is
much easier.
It is so hard for me just to tell somebody to fuck off, and not just. I guess it basically just comes down to I'm non-confrontational. I'll get in a fight. I'll fucking wrestle in the dirt with somebody, but it's not what I'm out looking to do.
Right.
I have no interest.
See, and I'm one of those deals that I won't.
And I don't really think you do either. You just don't care what they think.
No, I really don't. I never have. But my thing is too is like that if there's a situation that I know is causing division or strife or something along that lines, I can't let it just lie. I
push it off.
No. See, we're gonna sit
this. We've dealt with it.
Yeah, we're gonna work this out. We're gonna figure this out, and we're gonna move forward. But I can't let that just be there. But that's just how I deal with friendships, and that's where I'm like, okay, listen, I pissed you off. I'm sorry. Okay, I don't understand why it pissed you off, but just know that I'll try not to piss you off again. But also just know there's a strong possibility I'll probably piss you off again because I don't hold any punches.
And so that's something I've learned with you too. Like, and I've made this comment since the issue with you and we know who is. I was standing there when you said it, and I can tell you right now, you came off as a dick. But I know you, and we've had this conversation already.
Yeah.
But I know you well enough to be like, well, he's not wrong.
Right.
This bitch needs to move her shit. I got shit to do.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I'm blunt. That's just what it comes down to.
That's basically what it is.
So
the
whole deal
paid for it.
So the whole friendship thing, like,
when kind of get back on topic here.
When you and I got together, I mean, we had the common commiseration because it was, we wanted to be going to do a fucking car show or drag races or something along that lines, but for whatever reason we were chasing horse girls, and that's where we were
drinking cold fucking beer, having a good time.
At least we had that going on, so it wasn't terrible.
Not much has changed.
It really hasn't, honestly.
As far as the horse girl thing goes, and the cold beer drinking, and
yeah, it really hasn't. We're still in the same mode, and I'm enjoying it a lot more now that I don't have to visit somewhere to.
I'm building a truck again, so I'm good.
Oh, it's coming. The itch is there. It's so bad.
What, for the truck or the cavalcade? The rodeoing. Okay.
Yes. All of it.
Oh, we may have an issue, though.
Uh-oh.
The first big truck show is in Miami, Oklahoma, and I think Bougie said it's the 18th and 19th of July.
Oh.
But it's a Friday, Saturday, so Sunday we should haul to Pawhuska. It should be bam, bam, bam. Because most truck shows are Friday, Saturday.
Oh, okay. So you're saying the truck show's Friday, Saturday.
18th is a Friday.
Cavalcade.
19th is a Saturday, and then because it should be that week of the 19th through the whatever that's cavalcade. So that Sunday we should load up. It's the same week every year.
I think it's the last. I think we'll have to revisit that. We won't bother you guys with it right now.
It just brought it to my mind.
So we met during the rodeo community, and we kind of hit it off, and just kind of became fast friends, but not like
we
real
just had
friends.
so much in common and figured it out really fast.
So it was one of those deals that just through time and life, we kind of drifted apart.
Yeah, because I think the first time we actually like kind of hit it off was at a wagon race, and everybody's like hammered. Well, we were hammered drunk too, but everybody's they're all out having their own thing.
And I think it was just you and I just kind of sat around and camped.
Well, we put your fucking work lights on the hood of my Duramax, and we was fucking playing cornhole, dude. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning. We got fucking work lights set up on the hood of my truck, and we're out there fucking playing cornhole.
Yeah. Yep.
Fucking good old time.
Mm-hmm. So we kind of that relationship kind of built from that point forward. And
it wasn't hard though.
No,
we got so much shit in common.
It worked.
It was just, and to me, honestly, I think the biggest part of it was so ironic that we both came from kind of the same background of it, and then we ended up in the same place. It's like, well, fuck, here we are.
Yeah, like, well, at least we can understand each other.
Yeah, because I didn't understand all the fucking. We both grew up around him, but as far as the people that done it forever, I don't give two shits.
Yeah.
It's a fucking party to me. We was fucking wagon racing, ranch rodeoing. Hell, it was fun, but it wasn't my thing.
No.
Had I had an option, I would have not been there.
In all honesty,
drag strip or something.
Yeah, I haven't been to the drag strip in a long time. Way too long. Pretty sure the 5-0 is going to have to hit the strip this year. I've already gotten permission. So.
Well, you did better than me. You got permission. I'd have ran that motherfucker. We know when she's at work.
Yeah, but the problem is she gets off before midnight drags.
I'll quit talking. I already got a bridge I got to rebuild.
She don't listen to this shit anyhow.
Wow.
But anyhow, so
your window unlocked.
We can't. It's just one side.
Oh, my skinny ass will fit through that one side.
No, it won't. You can't get it open. But it could be.
Give me that mallet. I'll get that motherfucker
do not open it that way.
Okay.
So the whole friendship, I think the reason why you and I kind of came back together is I'd gone through a divorce and a hard relationship and a hard breakup and all that, and dealt with.
We're kicking it back to a year ago, like
family
when we were talking about we hadn't really.
Yeah, it was the family drama around the relationship and all that crap. So.
Let me butt in here one more time.
Okay.
Okay, so this is coming back to where a year ago we had kind of, we hadn't been talking. Now, Sam and I had always been friends since we hit it off at the rodeo bullshit, so don't get me wrong.
Right.
I'm just cluing them in.
We just weren't like talk every day.
We lived an hour apart, It wasn't like it. We weren't close at all. I mean, we'd go months without talking to each other or seeing each other. Hell, almost a year without seeing each other. I mean, so it's not like it was we were not close at all.
No.
Okay, so now.
Yeah. So I had heard about what had transpired, and so I just kind of reached out as a bro, knowing what you're going through kind of thing, and was like, hey, how you doing? How you holding up? And then it just kind of seemed like it was just one thing led to another, and
I think I was actually on the phone with you the day Dad showed up and we started fucking loading shit and hauling to his house.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, that's right. Because I think I had reached out to you because I had heard the issues, and then I kind of called to check on you and was like, hey man, just checking to see where your head's at. And he's like, oh.
At that point I was like, oh fuck, I'm still alive. It was a bad time.
Well, and you were in survival mode at that point. It was just take care of shit, make sure I still have a place to live, and I don't get fucked over. And
I ain't worried about people on my property taking shit that didn't belong to them.
That's right. So I mean. So I understood that, and I understood the level, and I'm like, hey, whatever you need, let me know. I'll do what I can, even if I got to drive a fucking hour.
And it was like the next week you were at the house drinking cold beer.
Yeah, pretty much.
After work.
Yeah.
And then I straight up after you left, I texted Danielle. I was like, hey, thanks for letting me steal your husband.
Right.
and we've just kind of hit it off since then.
Yeah, and it's just it's one thing's led to another. But I mean, I guess it's one of those deals that So the wife and I have talked about this before, and it just seems like that it's harder when you get older and you've got life going on. Like when you're in high school, when you're in middle school and stuff like that, like friends are easy. They're
so if you're listening to this, and so I poke at Sam all the time about being old, but in reality, he's not much older than I am. And this is, so he says that as in, you know, as you get older, and if you're close to my age or something, and you're listening to this, I don't got to worry about it. And then he says high school. I've been out of high school almost 6 years now, and it is freaking wild, dude. Like, people always told me, oh, it's going to fly by. Whatever. No, it fucking does.
Yeah.
And then,
I had my 20-year reunion not too long ago.
See, I'm not that far out, but
that was wild. And that's a whole other podcast on that one, but that was interesting to go back and see.
Dude, if I have my 20-year reunion, I'm going to tell a lot of people to get fucked. That's what I'm going to do on my 20-year reunion.
I enjoyed it because there were a lot of people that were the popular people in high school that came back to. Did you just go in there and find the loudest snack you possibly could?
I'll say the microphone is picking that up big time. It took me a second, then I looked at her and she'd like stop. I was like, okay. No, but anyway, so my biggest
high school.
I was going, I know, but life, getting busy.
Yes.
You know, it's not like it's going to be you get a career, you get married and you start a family, you know, or whatever. It's as soon as you get on a different routine, it's going to be. So I'm in a weird stage. I've worked since I was honestly since I was younger. Right. But as soon as I got a license, I had a real job.
Had a legitimate job.
Yeah. But growing up around the volunteer fire department, and it said fuck you.
No, that's cool. That means it's a comfortable 65 degrees in here.
Anyway, I grew up rural. Dad was on the volunteer fire department. Hell, I was on it. You know, wouldn't trade that time of life for anything. I learned more from those guys than anything, really. What?
How to deal with what the fuck Josh moments.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck you and that brush pile. Anyhow.
I'll let you like the next one.
I fucking will, and I'll stand there and drink cold beer and watch it burn and tell your neighbor to suck my dick. Anyways, don't relate sucking dick to fire department. That would be totally... I'm not a firefighter anymore, so don't... Yeah. Anyways.
Anyhow, back to your story.
Yeah, so... like I said, it was rural. The guys we were on the fire department with, little bitty, I'd known them, and they all had land and ranches and all that shit. So I'd worked since, I'd be on summer break, and Dad'd be like, hey, you want to make a little spending money? They've asked if I would care if you worked with them or whatever, and I'd be like, yeah, fuck yeah. Well, I didn't say, heck yeah.
Right.
So I'd be, 13, 14, 15 years old, and hell, they'd come get me, and they'd come pick me up in the summertime. Of course, like I said, we was all close.
Yeah.
And they'd come pick me up, work all day. They'd do lunch, whatever, and they'd bring me home 5 o'clock, whatever. And hell, I'd make $8 an hour, $10 an hour.
Yeah.
More than minimum wage.
Yeah.
At 13, 14, 15 years old.
Yeah.
Fucking, of course, now that tax IRS going to rail me, but anyhow.
They're like, at this time, Josh made this much money.
They're going to get me for that, and then they're going to get him for fucking
$250.
Whatever they call minor, having minors.
Child labor.
Yeah, fuck that. It was my decision.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I've always worked, and then from the time I turned 16, it was a legit, tax pay and all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
And but I had I was buying my own toys before I ever turned 16. Like I was buying jet skis and shit, and then when we'd go to the lake, my dad would haul the boat. My fucking mom was dragging my shit to the lake because I couldn't drive.
Right.
But that's just kind of how I was.
Yeah.
So anyway, basically what I'm getting at is, everybody's going to be different. But when life gets busy, it's going to be harder. You're going to be around. Like me right now, I'm single, bachelor life, got my own place. But I'm hanging out with friends and whoever because it's, work.
Yeah.
But when you get your own family, everything changes. But anyway, so what I think what I was saying too is I'm in a weird stage because I've got people I graduated high school with who are still in college, and the real world has yet to slap them in the face. And I've been working since I was 14 years old.
It's going to hurt. Man,
and I'm not judging shit. Now, do I think it's a little ridiculous? Yeah, because I've bought a house, all this kind of shit, and everybody's different. I mean, I'm not talking shit.
I know there's some people that I think that they can do that whole experience of they can go to college and then get out, get a job, using their degree and all that stuff.
See, that's one thing. But the people I
because
may be specifically talking about is wild to me, blows my mind, because they're posting shit, partying, it's college parties and all this shit. And it's like, I didn't even do that in high school. No, that's my own thing. I was never into it.
Fuck, I didn't start partying until I got divorced.
I've partied more the past year, and hell, I ain't even partying. It's been drinking cold beer at the house that I own with my buddies.
I had more fun after 30 because I got divorced at 30.
See, that's what I'm saying. My past year, it's been a fucking heyday.
And then I spent like the next 3 years living like a fucking 21-year-old again, and because. I didn't even drink till I was almost 28. Just didn't.
Well, you could have fooled me.
It's in my genes.
Anyway, I kind of...
Thanks, Dad.
I made a couple different circles here with that story I was telling, but...
So, I guess what it really boils down to is that we've... the wife and I both have noticed that when you get older, there's a lot more life going on. You've got kids, you've got work, you've got shit you've got to do around the house. You got a busted fucking tractor you've got to try and fix.
Whether you like it or not, you fall into a routine.
Yeah, and you have that routine, and then it's finding people that are able to fit into your routine or that are worth your while for you to break your routine to be a part of their routine. And, it goes back to finding those 5 guys. And even if it's not 5 guys, even if it's just 2 or 3 guys, finding those people that are worthwhile. And it goes back to the seasonal friends. Like, there are people that have come into my life that are still friends, but they're leaves. And they're, I'll chat with them and, we still kind of communicate, but not really. And then I've had other friends that came in and they were fast friends, and then they weaseled their way into best friends, and then they disappeared from my life. And it was like, holy shit. It was just like
what the fuck happened?
Exactly. But so my wife has been a really good balance in that respect, because I'll have those people that'll be like, shh, fly in there and be like, oh, hey, we're best friends. Hey, how you doing? Blah, 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 blah. I love you so much, blah, blah, blah. And my wife's like going, whoa, wait a fucking minute here.
Of all people.
What the fuck do you want? No. That's the one thing, that's the funniest thing about her is she is not a new friend maker.
Really?
She is real happy with her people. And she don't let new people in real easy at all. And
I'm weird around new people. I'll admit it.
I'm like whatever. I'm
quiet. I think that's part of which is weird because she is too. But yeah. I don't know. Like I'm not so bad now that I'm getting older. I'll talk to people, but before, I'd sit there and look at you like.
She'll interact, but she's still she will keep them at arm's length, and the more somebody pushes
to skepticalness
try
coming out in her.
The more somebody tries to be her friend, the more she's like, I don't know.
The whole time I've been around Sam, I've been around his wife, and I still don't know where I stand.
I've been around her for 7 years and still question where I stand, so if that tells you anything.
Yeah.
I'm married to her and still question my stance with her sometimes. I know I get to sleep next to her at night, so it can't be terrible, but there are times. But I don't know, I know, like, it seems like the older you get and the more you have going on in your life, the harder it is to maintain friends. And you'll find out real damn quick who your actual friends are too. Because, like, those people, the people that are truly your friends will be there even whenever shit hits the fan and you're having to load up shit and move it an hour and a half away, or an hour away so that it doesn't disappear whenever you're at work. And you know, you find out real quick as to who is really reliable in that respect. And you know, and it's honestly, and I want to also kind of want to reel that back a little bit, because I don't want it to be like, you know, oh, friends are only what you can get from them. Okay, sometimes friends are just somebody to just a text message and be like, hey, fucker, what's going on? And they'd be like, nothing, man.
I'm the world's worst. When I get in my head, I'm quiet. I fucking ignore everybody, just do my own thing. And he's the world's worst about, hey, what's going on? Wait, are you all right? Which isn't a bad thing.
No.
I mean, I appreciate it more than anybody knows.
Yeah, this motherfucker is part turtle, just so y'all are aware.
You won't hear from me.
Yeah, he will go into his damn shell, close up, and you won't hear a fucking
cold
thing.
outside, dude.
Huh? It's more than just the cold, smart ass. So you say so that's I find that, so that's another thing here.
Sam and I are so different, but we're so much alike. It's fucking weird.
But it's so funny because you're non-confrontational, but you can accomplish the same shit that I do with your turtle mode.
I'm not confrontational until you piss me off. There are certain motherfuckers I'd walk up to right now and hit them right in the fucking nose.
Well, okay, but I think everybody's got that list. But I'm just saying, like, your turtle mode is how you tell somebody to fuck off or leave me alone. And I'm a little more blunt about it, because I will say, hey, you see that road over there? That's how far you can fuck off.
That's how you came in on.
Yeah. You can fuck off on the same road you came in on. And then in the utilities company that's down the road there that keeps having to work on fucking water lines at night whenever I need to be taking a damn shower.
Let's install a service at fucking 10:30.
Yeah, whenever it's 30 degrees outside and it's going to get down to 19. Let's just shut the fucking water off so everybody's pipes can fucking freeze. Anyhow, sorry, rant concluded. In case you weren't aware, I don't have any water in my house.
We're in the South, motherfuckers, so don't give a shit for that either. We're doing better than Florida. Yeah. I was going somewhere and I completely fucking lost it.
I don't know. I think we're.
What were you talking about? 4
beer. Oh, your turtle mode, and you're like, that's how you tell people to fuck off, and I'm just a direct fuck off.
I don't know. It's gone.
Oh, it's gone. Like dust in the wind. Wow, that was awful.
Yeah, don't quit your day job. I think I could have done better than that.
You don't try?
I don't know the song.
You don't know Dust in the Wind?
By who?
It's, uh-oh.
You don't know who sings it. I don't hear your bullshit.
I think it's Journey.
It's not a country song, dude. I don't know it.
Oh, that's right. I forget. You don't have the ADD of music.
I haven't drank enough beers to sound good.
Okay, fair enough.
If I'm by myself in the service truck, I'm a fucking Zach Top. I'm a singing motherfucker. But by myself or with everybody else,
no,
probably ain't happening.
Well, you had enough. You had enough at Cavalcade, though. You cracked into some karaoke.
I karaoke'd and told somebody I fucked his sister. He did not see it coming either.
That was great.
And I didn't even start it.
Nope.
I just finished it.
That's right. He was running his mouth and ran smooth into a fucking mouth.
Fuck you. Your sister did. 10-4.
That was priceless. It
fucking was. It was great.
Yeah.
And the fucking like people there that didn't know me, Jack and all them. Yeah. Dude, I said that and they fucking lost it.
Yeah, they were like, "Oh!"
I don't know if they realized who I was or who my ex was, but
I think they did. I think they were. I think that was all the people that were there were pretty decent. You know, they were all pretty close to the circle anyhow. Jack fits into the circle.
Oh, I love Jack.
He fits into the circle a little tighter.
I kind of talked to him like with me, or I ain't seen him. Yeah, but I don't know where the fuck she stands.
Yeah, well, she's all over the place.
Yeah, so she'll go out with me and be like, "Oh, you can't be with anybody until I approve them." And then she posts my ex's birthday, and it's like, okay, I don't know where the fuck I'm at.
So Autumn's circle is really big. Okay, she has everyone is in her circle, and yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, I don't know. So like, but Jack's cool, like, because at Cavalcade, you know, we kind of, and I'd been around him with the ex, but we never talked.
Right.
Associated. And then with you guys at the play days, it's kind of, oh, cool. And then at Cavalcade, and I did that, and he's like, oh, it's kind of cool. And then at the last play day I went to, we picked the square body up. And so I had the square body, and I guess his daughter, he come up to me, he's like, hey, man, I like that truck. My daughter was like, she saw it at the gas station, was like, hey, look at that. And all that. And then he pulled in here, and she's like, hey, there's that truck. And it was like, after that, we're friends on Facebook and all kinds of shit. But
yeah, they had a couple of really fucking slick square bodies in their camp that last year, too.
Oh, no shit?
Yeah.
So, okay, so there's a guy I know who lives over there. I'm going to say Ulaga Talala. I go by his place every day at work. He's a welder. He's on my Facebook. I know his name. I'm just not going to name drop.
Okay.
He has got several square bodies, including a jacked-up four-door dually. It's four-wheel drive. And he's fucking badass. I wonder if him and Jack know each other or anything.
Possibly.
They don't have the same last name, but...
Yeah. I don't know. There's a big...
But he's got a bunch of them.
There's a big association, like
it's not a big town.
The Ulaga Talala, in case y'all don't know, they're small town Oklahoma, but they're
you know where the school districts fall.
Yeah.
From here and it's fucking wild.
It's a lot of fucking acreage that falls
fucking
in
miles, square miles. It's fucking huge. But they're not big schools. It's just a bunch of farmland.
Well, they're not real. I mean, you say they're not big schools. They're pretty.
They're not compared to like Tulsa or
right.
Or
Owasso. Okay. As far as rural school districts go, they're pretty big.
They're big compared to where I went to school. But as far as big surrounding cities, they're still small. Like we were playing them in fucking school.
Right.
They're bigger, but
yeah. Well, that's like my hometown school was a lot like the whole Ulaga. I don't know, that's you, bud.
I wrote that, but I don't know what the fuck it means.
I don't either. I don't know. I saw it too, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck that means. But
I'm gonna need Danielle or Danny to tattoo cover that. We're gonna have to go back to the last podcast. What that was about.
I don't know. I don't recall it. I think I don't know if that was an after, but I remember. I think it's like a friend / family member. Or something.
Remember
maybe
these.
It's a member. I don't know.
Is that even an M? What the fuck is that?
I don't know. It looks like an M. It's like an M/B.
That's a B. That's an E. I don't know what the fuck that is.
I don't know either. Anyhow, sorry, squirrel. I just so is going back to the whole the friendship thing, and Matt had brought up something in the podcast, the No Dumb Questions podcast, where he was talking about, and it's gone.
That good, huh?
Yeah, that's what happened right there. It was a little record scratch.
We're talking about Matt and what he had on podcast.
Because I can't remember now if it was Matt or if it was Destin that said it.
Well, who cares?
But now I can't remember what either of it. I can't remember what it was that
what did
they
it have to do with? The fact that we were talking about Jack or the small circles or...
It was...
The what the fuck Josh certificate you got that I got no credit for?
You did too get credit for that.
I did not. I scrolled through the Facebook and saw the post today, and it was Thunder just got the name because he was acting up. You're going to have to fix that.
What?
Yeah, I found a Talala page today about that.
And she put... Oh, yeah. Well,
it was the one from the banquet where she was like explaining everybody's pictures and their posts, and that was nothing to do with me. It was just that your horse somehow came up with the name What the Fuck Josh when he misbehaved. That had nothing to do with the horse. That was a fucking bonfire I lit.
Yeah.
I actually did not light it. He lit it. Neighbor cried.
Josh
I was drinking cold beer.
Josh got blamed.
Did it go any fucking where?
No.
Yeah. Who was right? That was a wee brush. That was a fucking campfire is what that was.
It was not a fucking campfire.
It was compared to the fucking bonfires I had in high school.
There were other trees around. I was worried they were going to catch on fire.
They were fucking dead.
I know. That's why I was worried they were going to catch on fire.
There wasn't nothing in them.
Anyhow. So Matt and Destin were talking about oh, there you go. Got it. It's back.
You remembered.
So he was talking about, if you're in a situation to where you felt like you didn't have any friends and you needed friends, and this is something that we kind of started talking about before the podcast, you go back to old friends. And I think this will tie into another aspect of the whole friendship thing, because there's some friends you just don't go back to. And it's a toxic relationship, or they led you into addiction, or they led you down a horrible path. Those are the friends that you don't go back to. But
I wouldn't even consider them friends or acquaintances.
Right. But there's some people like I recently reconnected through Snapchat with my childhood friend when I was like 8-9 years old, because we spent a lot of time together in Kentucky, and we've reconnected, him and his little brother and stuff like that, and we've messaged back and forth on Facebook, and that's kind of one of those things that and I think that kind of ties into, it's hard to have friends when you get older because there's so much going on, and you find, although I don't seem to for whatever reason, but you find friends that are in the same stage of life that you are.
Can't relate.
That's what I'm saying. It's why, but a lot of my friends don't end up being in that situation, and I don't know if that's just because I'm still a young, youthful.
No, I'm young and youthful.
Ouch.
You're fixing to retire.
I'm fucking 20 years from retiring, sir.
Wow, I'll die before I retire. People will be extinct before I retire.
I don't know that I'll ever actually retire.
I know damn good and well I won't, but I'll have a cool truck till I die.
I'll probably end up working in as long as I can until I get financially to where I can retire from my current job. I'll never stop working. I just don't think I can. I think if I stop working,
if I sat at the
I'll
house
die.
and retired, I'd blow through that shit in 2 days. Or die.
Fucking Facebook Marketplace, bitch,
Yeah.
be gone in 2 days.
I'd blow it or I'd die. I'll have to do something.
But
with where I'm at now, I brag on these guys and this. I talk no shit, but I won't retire from where I work. Like, I'll probably be there forever, but I can't retire from there.
Why not?
I don't. Well, because it's on me, and I don't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not. I'm not gonna say it's their fault. I just don't have a retirement where I'm at, and who's gonna put? I'm not putting it back. I've preached to these guys enough about being young and blue collar. I gotta relate to them at some point.
Yeah, we've got episodes. I'm pretty sure it was about 3 or 4 episodes ago where it was save your damn money.
All I'm saying is, if I ever happen to get married, the Peterbilt will be at the wedding. And if when I die, that'll be my last fucking ride is the Peterbilt. You heard it. Whoever's listening heard it, and she heard it.
It's immortalized right here.
That will be the last ride for me. Man, that's fucking saying something, because I always thought the square body would be. Okay,
Yeah.
Square body on a trailer behind a Peterbilt, and I'm in the back.
Yeah, there you go.
That's my last ride.
There you go. Deal. Casket in the square body, towed by the Peterbilt.
Fucking A.
Bet.
Don't know who's gonna drive the motherfucker, but
I'll figure it out. We got time.
you're older than I am.
What?
She'll be the only one left alive.
She's still got to learn to drive a stick. That's all there is to it.
I'm not saying she'll have to drive it, but she'll have to figure it the fuck out, whoever's doing it.
Yeah, it'll be fine. There'll be somebody. Somebody will be around.
At this rate, I'll have to drive Boogie's truck. Well, that motherfucker smokes. I'm going to die of secondhand smoke. Between him and Travis, I don't have to smoke. They're going to kill me.
Damn it, man.
Yeah. That's what it is.
Yeah, well.
Okay. Is your wife home? Because I got to take a leak, and I don't want to kick somebody's ass in the garage.
She's not. I haven't gotten the alert yet. Danny, have you gotten an alert yet? Okay, no, I think you're safe.
Well, I'm going to go find the alert when I kick somebody's ass.
Okay, well, don't whip my wife's ass, okay? Yeah, Coda
She
can
could probably take me, but I'm going to go in there guns blazing.
Coda, go protect him. So the whole friendship thing. It's different for everybody. You've all got... You have people that will come and go in your life, and you'll have... What, are you going to slide in here on this one?
All I gotta say is don't put up with people for so long who don't respect you or your family or your other friends.
There you go. That's young wisdom right there. It's you You can't just sit there and let somebody run over you, run over your family, and not respect your other friends.
I'm not gonna name who, but I know that she probably doesn't listen to this podcast.
No.
But I've had a friend who has
been disrespectful in every aspect.
Disrespectful to me, my family, my friends, basically everybody else, because she is too bored with her life because she has none and she stays at home. She's homeschooled, so she has to come make mine.
Yeah, they go #homeschoolers on weirdos. I'm just kidding.
Homeschooled and only child is the two things I just gotta say. That's how you know.
Yeah, but that's another thing that's a valid point too. You've got to make sure that those friends fit in your circle. You know, like, do you guys have similar beliefs? Do you have similar goals? Do you have, do you?
That was good, wasn't it?
Sit down. And it's not one of those deals. It's not a, you don't want them to conform to you, but you need to have enough in common to where one's not pulling the other in a different direction than they're supposed to be going. I guess, does that make sense? That it's, you've got to have a similar well, I mean, shit, like you and I, like we had so much in common from our upbringing to our current situation to what we found ourselves doing and what we actually enjoy doing, that it just worked.
Yeah, like I said, we're so much alike, but we're so much different.
Right. So it's one of those things that, you find a good friend, somebody that you can confide in, somebody that you can do just about whatever with. And, there are those friendships that you'll find yourself more willing to put effort in to make it work. And then there's those friendships that you're just like, well, if that motherfucker never put a shadow on my door frame again, I wouldn't be upset. And,
I'm easy to be friends with. What burns me 9 times out of 10 is where I'm putting in effort and others aren't. I get tired of running the extra mile for everybody who ain't putting it out. That's where you lose me. Because like I said earlier, I'm the guy that would do anything for anybody. Doesn't like making enemies. Don't see the bad. Like, I see the good in everybody. What burns me is I finally get to a point where I'm running miles and, doing all this bullshit for everybody else and ain't doing it for me. I'm just as busy as the next guy. I fucking 80 hours a week at work. I got a life too.
Yep. Well, and that's the thing too, and that I'll be the first person to tell you that I'm not good at chasing people, and my wife will tell you that too.
I used to be bad about it, and I'm getting to the point now where fuck it, who gives a fuck?
I ain't got fucking time, man. It's either you want to be in my life or you don't, and that's kind of where I'm at as it sits.
And I think my big part of it too is self-confidence and just like worth.
Yeah,
it's always I gotta chase them, Now it's like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah. No, it's like, fuck, I don't have to. Well, and I know, and I think a lot of what happens is, and maybe the youngin' over there can validate some of this. And your friendships are kind of how your identity is. It's who you identify with, and all of that stuff. And that's kind of what your friendships are at a younger age. And as you get older and you start figuring out who you are, it comes down to a fact of, I don't fucking need you to be me. I need you to be a friend. I don't need you to help identify who I am. I just need you to be a person.
Right.
And treat me with some fucking dignity and respect. And yeah, so I'm getting some nods from the youngin' over there. So yeah.
I've dealt with a lot of fucking bullshit from one friend in particular that I don't know you guys were talking about when I came in.
Exactly.
So I'm not gonna say nothing there, but
yeah. So it's one of those deals that I know that you've as you progressed, and I know our demographic is not anywhere in like her realm. It's more of the like 18 to 32 range is where we seem to have the most listenership.
Yeah, but to a point too. Like if you guys are listening to this and you got kids that are teenagers,
Right? Yeah. I mean, this is
we're all
something
dealing with
too.
the same. Well, I'd say we're all. I'm not, but you guys are dealing with the same shit.
Right. And you have that struggle to where, you know, they've got friends that they care a lot about but are causing them turmoil and strife, and you know, encourage them to be confrontational. Encourage them to shut that shit the fuck down.
This is coming from an outsider to Danny over here, but what got me with that, not like I have any say in it at all. It's just like I said, everybody here is family.
Right.
What got me on that friend, it is a very
Toxic.
well, that's not yes, but that's not what I motherfucker. Very bad influence.
Yeah. It was not a healthy
You got
friendship.
lucky.
That she's a good person.
Yes, you got
Yeah.
lucky that she's smart enough, because most
Yeah.
people that age would just be like off the handle. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Well, because, like, I've been around PJ and Georgia for so long, and, like, they would never be that type of person.
you just do what Georgia says. That bitch is 8 feet tall. Ain't nobody defending you.
Hammer, Hulk smash.
What a little bit I've been around PJ though. She seems cool as fuck.
PJ's great.
Being around her at like cavalcade and that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Beer me.
That's
They say Egyptians built the pyramids. My God, I'm building one right here in Oklahoma.
there you go.
I don't know what the fuck you're doing over there. Slacking.
No, I've already crushed one, so you know
I'd say that too. There's no proof.
it's in the pile over there.
Oh, yeah, so it's the ones from last week.
It's fine. It's whatever. Well, if you watched the previous episode, you will have seen the beer can in the previous episode.
Yeah, you'll see the one I smashed with the mallet. Go ahead, go get some 21,000 views on that sumbitch.
Yeah, go ahead and get that dude up there. It's actually a YouTube short as well. You guys should go check
Oh, no
that
shit.
one out. Yeah, I made it a YouTube short as well.
You throw that bitch on TikTok.
Yeah, hey, there you go.
That's
Maybe
what
we do.
pays.
Yeah, apparently.
I need a second TikTok video. I only got one. And it's of the old Jimmy.
We'll work it out. We'll get you your second TikTok
Fuck
video.
yeah. I keep wanting to make one at work with the Pete. And it's like, fuck, the boss is on here. He's going to say I'm not fucking working.
He's gonna see him fucking off.
God damn.
Yeah.
He
Hey,
sent us one the other day. Well, I guess it was the other day. It was before the band came on. And okay, so rewind. The only reason I have TikTok is because my boss sends us TikTok videos all the fucking time. Okay, so now fast forward.
'Kay.
He sent us one the other day before the TikTok ban that said the boss, when he realized his production went up after the TikTok ban, and it's like some guy acting all confused and shit.
yeah. Well, now he's probably sending you fucking
Oh,
TikToks going when the ice shows up on the job site.
He's trying to hire people. Yeah. Have you seen the one where it's the Mexican guy and he does like a bunch of different singing videos, and he's got the fucking white wig on, a blonde wig with the fucking cigarette, like huge fucking cigarette, like
Yeah.
and he's singing. I don't even remember what fucking song he said. He said when you're trying to blend in because ice is coming around.
So I saw the one that was it was the Mexican guy. He's standing there, and they knock on the door. And they're like, "Ice, open up." It's like, "I'm an American citizen," and he's like, "All right, well, we've got some questions to determine that." It's like, "All right, go ahead." In football, how many points do you score? He sits there real quiet and he goes, 6. He's like, "All right, cool." He's like, "Yeah, I got this." And then he's like, "All right, who's the greatest singer of all time?" And I think this is fucked up, and I don't
This is
agree
a
with
red question.
I don't agree with this whatsoever, but this is what's
I
in
don't
the
know
video.
the answer, and I'm telling you it's rigged.
Okay. He says, "Taylor Swift." I'm like, "All right. Final question. Say Walmart."
Walmart.
He goes, "Shit." But yeah, no. Greatest singer on earth. Female singer, because I know this guy's he's already cut me in half. And
Where are you going with
I
it?
didn't even say anything, and this motherfucker, I can feel him cutting me in half. Okay, greatest male singer, Zach Top. Greatest female singer, Carrie Underwood.
Ellen Langley's fucking killing the game, dude. Now that she got her makeup fixed, she's fucking.
Okay,
She won't see this, so I can talk shit.
So Carrie Underwood.
Thanks. Appreciate that.
My
arch nemesis is home.
Carrie Underwood got the clout because
she is a badass. Don't get me wrong.
Because during the inauguration, they had technical difficulties, and that bitch sang a cappella.
So she's from Oklahoma.
Yeah,
obviously.
Yeah.
So,
married a Canadian. So, what the fuck?
So Cody went to Liberty schools. Carrie Underwood's sister taught there and was one of their teachers, but you have to ask Cody which grade because I cannot remember.
I didn't know that.
You have to ask Cody.
I didn't know that Carrie Underwood had sisters, so.
I didn't either till I learned that, and it's like, fuck, why'd I have to go to Sperry? Anyhow, Sperry's famous because they're on the news right now.
Ooh.
Not for a good thing. Anyhow, that's just one of them scenarios. There's a lot of shit coming out. Should have come out a long time ago.
Yeah, well.
Anyhow, but yeah, ask Cody about that because he's told me about it. Him and Carson and Brian and all them guys have told me about it.
I'll be damned.
Second grade? Is it second grade or kindergarten? I know there's a grade in between there, but
I didn't even know she had a fucking sister. I just thought she was an only child. But anywho, so yeah, so the ICE and deportation thing has been quite entertaining.
You think it's been entertaining, dude? I work for a construction company.
I know you guys are just in struggle bus.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to sell the wrenches and become an operator.
or are you gonna be the motherfucker on TikTok that's sitting there going meep 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 meep, move you fucking I'm running that too.
That motherfucker.
yeah. Fuck, I'm driving that too.
The good thing is if I run it, so much won't be fucking broke.
That's right.
I did send you that TikTok where it's the kid and the grandma that always make all the videos. And you motherfucker.
Yeah.
You
motherfucker.
You do that one more motherfucking time, I'm gonna beat your fucking ass. I'm about operators breaking the machine for the third time. Yeah, you do it. One more motherfucking
you run
time.
This thing out of fucking full, you motherfucker.
Yeah. That ain't no shit. Fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Anyhow, back to Friends.
Yeah, back to Friends.
And not the TV show.
And not the no.
I never could get into that.
I never did.
That's way before my time, but Jennifer Aniston taught, but that's about
that's
the
as
only
far as it goes.
Thing going for it.
That's the only thing I was interested in. I never really got into the whole deal. I was more interested in the whole Seinfeld aspect of it, and even then I wasn't a huge fan of that.
Don't even know what that means.
Okay.
Back to Friends.
Yeah. Back. But
I'll get out Urban Dictionary later. Don't worry about it.
So there's... No, sir. Seinfeld is not Urban Dictionary.
Oh, okay.
It's another sitcom, okay?
Oh, what? Either way, I'll Google it.
I actually kind of am curious as to what the Urban Dictionary definition of Seinfeld. I'm kind of curious as to what the Urban Dictionary definition of Seinfeld is.
But we'll look.
So, one of the things that I found too is I found a lot of friends that, and I think we kind of alluded to this at the beginning of the podcast, was, your coworkers. Okay, you become friends with your damn coworkers because you spend 80 fucking hours a week or so with them because that's where you go to earn your money. But you have to build a relationship, and I also feel like that.
Well, they're a little full of themselves.
That work is. Oh God, what does it say? What does it say?
Best show on TV until Jerry decided to end it in 1998.
Wow, that's pretty much. I kind of feel like that was a bit of a slant at Jerry Seinfeld. Huh. That's actually really disappointing. Urban Dictionary, fix yourself. That's fucking lame.
I know who Urban Dictionary was.
But so you get these. You gain these friends through work, and I kind of feel like it's one of those deals where it's a good socialization exercise for a lot of people that are maybe a little antisocial and not make so many friends.
I'm gonna take a stand for my fucking people here. You should take a stand for church.
Wait, what the fuck does that have to do with church?
You were just talking about church.
Not just then.
Yes, you were.
No, I wasn't. I was talking about at work.
I need to quit working on the beer pyramid then.
Apparently, you're done. I was talking about at work. you end up getting forced into relationships, not church.
Nobody's forcing me. I don't even have work with any women.
This motherfucker.
You said forced into relationships.
Friendships.
You should have said friendships. Yeah,
Okay,
I got
fine.
a bunch of friends.
He was forced into
They're about to get
friendships
deported,
at work. Hey, Mr. George.
I've learned one word, and it's Flacco.
Yeah, that's skinny.
What's going on in fucking Door of the Pete?
Yeah, that's
Flacco and Jolene.
Flacco and Jolene. Jolene on the hood and Flacco's on the door.
Fucking A right. Okay, I really don't know where you're going with that, because apparently I was way in left field.
Over there.
That's right.
Anyhow, don't be in left field. That's scary over there. There's green-haired folks and
dicks. Yeah,
yeah, a lot of dicks where they're not supposed to be. So
what's in your mind? That's some bitch in the gutter. What were you really talking about? Because I apparently was way out there.
Yeah, you weren't paying attention at all. So I was talking about
really
it in the work environment. You get put in a situation to where you're surrounded with a bunch of different personalities, and you're kind of forced to make a working relationship with them, even though
only if you got an HR department.
Well, yeah, but
I don't.
Oh well, lucky fucking you.
You either think it's funny or I'm calling Trump. You can get my ass kicked tomorrow.
That's fucking hilarious.
Should have been a comedian. Like Jerry Reed said, I should be in Nashville.
Like, you think it's funny, senor? No?
I'll
Mr.
win at
Trump.
the end of the day.
Hey, Mr. Trump.
Hey, Mr. George.
Oh, shit. All right. So I'll have to show you. Remind me to show you the Trump video after the podcast here.
Which one? We're pro-Trump.
That's true.
Where's the marker? All right, pro-Trump on this motherfucker.
Well, I think I'm pretty sure it says Trump 2024 right there.
It does. Yeah, I still don't know what the fuck that means.
I don't either. That's your drunken shit over there.
No. I'm good enough to remember what the fuck I wrote on this table,
Okay.
and I don't know what that means.
Okay.
If you press
That is not it.
I think you sent that to me, didn't you?
it'll take 1 year off of your life.
No, wait.
But you'll get $100,000.
Oh, I thought he was going to say virgins.
Dude, stop!
Dude, stop.
Okay, so for some fucked up reason, I thought he was going to say virgins.
This is
Have you
not
seen-
it, but
Have you seen Rodney Carrington's thing about terrorists and 72 virgins?
yes.
He said 72 virgins. You ever try to get in a virgin's pants? You can't. You just can't. He said, now you give me one real horny bitch. This is not Christian at all.
Oh, man. Did they take the video down?
Yeah, probably.
You-
Because it was relatable to regular fucking people.
You
Not some green-haired fuck that's teaching
fucking
English in Bartlesville.
assholes. This is... Come on. You've got to work. This is...
I feel like you're going to do a lot of Josh editing tonight.
No. Bro, it's not coming. This is terrible.
What was it about?
Okay, so basically it was like people, they were flying over this wall, right?
Oh,
And then landing, right? Landing in the dirt. And then they get up and they're like, "You orange bastard! You need to let me back in." And then so he goes over and he pushes his button and it says U.S. border, and he pushes the button and it's a invoice for bricks and barbed wire and shit like that. And he goes, "Oh, this orange fucker thinks we're gonna pay for it." And they're like, "Hell no, we're not gonna pay for this shit." And then he hits the fucking button again, right? Well, then oh god, what the heck is it? It's a Kid Rock song starts playing, right? And then this section of the fucking wall starts lowering down, and his Trump robot goes rolling through, and this motherfucker sitting there, the Mexican that was talking all this shit's going like this, and he fucking foot comes out and goes boom on top of the guy, and then he stands up and it's a Trump robot, and then you see Trump, and it says insert this side, and it starts playing all this fucking rock music, and then missiles start shooting from the fucking crotch of this Trump robot, and they're blowing up this fucking pansexual flag and transgender flag and fucking all this shit. I'm just like, this is the greatest fucking video
so
ever.
he had on inauguration day. I don't remember if it was at the inauguration or one of his deals afterwards.
There was like six events afterwards.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't remember which one. But anyway, he was talking about, I love construction. So we're talking about the wall and all this kind of shit. And he's like, they were climbing it like, jumping over it like rabbits. I fucking lost it, dude. Just the way he says shit.
Dude.
Now, I will admit, in school, like the Mexicans we had in like high school, dude, they were just rude as fuck.
Yeah.
But hey, now I work with them every day, and it's like there's a lot of them you can't understand what the fuck they're saying, but you develop a friendship through this fucking thing right here.
Yep.
They're all right. You fix their shit, they run it. They're cool.
Dude, it's
I
gone.
did learn that fucking apparently grease, like the word like grease, they call it fat.
Oh.
I don't know if that's the legit term in Mexican, but I know the first time they asked me and Muji for fat, we looked at each other like, what the fuck?
Okay, I get it now. So so they're referring to like grease.
Yeah, like you grease things with.
You grease things with is fat.
Yes.
Okay.
The bearings were out. We need fat. Understood.
Well, motherfucker, get your ass down here. You're fat enough.
Start pumping that son of a bitch.
Oh, that makes me so sad. I'm gonna have to try and find this fucking video. There's got to be this. The video has to exist somewhere else.
I've never seen that video. How the fuck were we talking about friends?
Well, this is the point in the podcast where the truly dedicated fans have listened to this point.
I'll fucking record another one.
So, well, apparently I can't spell
All
people.
three of
That's
them?
P-E-I-P-L-D.
And you're giving me shit? Dude, I'm good.
Let's see.
I just now noticed your cheat card.
Well, I got tired of not remembering which one was which.
You hit all four
so,
of them.
So yeah, so it was like I'd be like, oh, that was really funny, and I'd hit the wrong fucking thing. So it'd be like,
wah.
yeah, like that was a great joke. Yeah, so it was, I decided that I would label what was what since we only have the 4 on here, but yeah.
I seriously feel like 60% of the Friends podcast we need to redo.
60% of it?
Well, we talked about, because I'd say 40% of it was us giving our own life perspectives and not having anything to do with the podcast you were talking about.
No, I feel like it was right on point, honestly. Because
Well,
I feel
why
like
we're not alike.
Yeah.
Okay, well, the past 45 minutes we've been.
No, the past 13 minutes we've been rabbit
We
trailing.
need to either get back on track or record a second podcast.
All right, well, I think we record a second podcast.
I'm fucking game, dude.
All right.
You're the one that's got to be up at 3.
Hey, I don't give a shit. I will do it. It's only 9 o'clock,
Hell,
bro.
any other day of the week, I'd still be at the shop.
This is true. All right. This has been Living the Dream podcast. I'm Sam.
I'm Josh. I don't know what the fuck that means.
Yeah, we'll figure it out eventually. But we'll see y'all next week. If you're late, you're lost.